All right, it's that time of year. It's October 26th, fall of 25. It's been a nice fall, so I'm doing it a little bit later this year. I'm gonna winterize the boat. Got my anti-freeze, which actually does freeze, it just doesn't burst and expand. Got my lower end fluids, so I can change my lower end fluid if any moisture gets in there. It won't burst the lower end. Got my earmuffs so I can run the engine and have my fuel treatment. I'm gonna put this fuel treatment in the boat. I have 91 octane non-oxy in there, filled it all the way up so condensation can't build up. And I'm gonna put this in there, run it for 5 minutes, and let it warm up, and then I'll get back to you. All right, this fall, I'm winterizing it with 227.2 hours. I'm gonna take my electronics out, any life jackets, open up all the compartments, kind of like this. That way, if any moisture gets in there, it can breathe. I'm gonna start it up and run it until it warms up, 5-10 minutes. All right, it's running. Basically, I'm trying to run it long enough so that stable, or that starch run that I put in here, has enough time to work its way through the fuel lines and get into the carburetor. So I'm treating the gas tank, but I'm also trying to treat whatever fuel that goes into the carburetor so that way it doesn't gum up. So I would say like 5-10 minutes. All right, I've been running for about 10-15 minutes. We're gonna make sure I put a new alternator in already, new battery, full tank, trim is working, power. Doesn't necessarily have to be all the warmed up. It doesn't warm up fast. RPMs are working. Everything seems to be working good. Just doing an inspection on things so I can put it in a list. You can hear the blower. You can hear the bilge. I know the lights work. I replaced that. I'm ready to shut it down. Okay, now I'm gonna purge the system with my anti-burst fluid. I'm gonna remove the 5 blue plugs that I have a separate video just for those with the bench out of the way so they're very easy to see. The first one will be right here. The second 2, see, you can't see with the glare, 1 in the manifold, and there's gonna be 1 block down there, which can't really see, but it's there. And then so what I do is I grab a little tiny, I can't see it, it's like a wire, hold on. And I grab this because sometimes you get plugged up with rust and maybe some debris. So that's why when I pop these, I will poke them. There's the one on that side. There's another one on this side. There's the second one. So it's just kind of, it's on the block down there, and the other one's in out of the manifold. Same thing as on the other side. I got 5 of my blue plugs out, and I had to poke a hole in one of them because the rust was preventing it from draining. All right, now that I drained all my water with the 5 plugs, I'm going to take this off right here so I can pour my coolant in. A little bit more there. At least can get, just want to wiggle that out. There we go, I'm gonna purge the system. I got my 2 coolants. I'm gonna pour it fast all the way in. Here we go. This is gonna fill the block and the manifolds up with coolant and the other lines. And sometimes I'll plug this up right here so that way I know it gets in the other lines here. But it takes more than 1. All right, will you hand me the other one? All right, so I put a rag right here in that other hole. The reason why is, like I said, then it won't exit here. It'll kind of go into the other lines here. And you're gonna be able to see pink fluid coming out of the lower end. It's gonna be going reverse through the impeller. It's already filling this hose up. And I'm using a -75. I recommend going as high as possible. I live in Minnesota, it gets super cold. All right, now, oh, there we go. See, it starts flowing back out. I'm gonna plug this hose back in. I'm gonna take those blue 5 plugs out again. And this is kind of diluting any water that's left over in there, but I'm gonna drain it anyways because I just like to have it dry. Thank you, all right, that's good. And pull these other plugs back out. It should be all pink. There it is, all pink. That's a good sign. Oh, all pink. I'm gonna do that to all 5 of them and drain the block. Okay, now that I drained the water, took the plugs out with draining the water, put the plugs back in, put the antifreeze back in, drain the water again, I'm gonna check the oil. And I only had 10 miles on this, or hours on this thing, before I did the last oil change. There's no water in it, so I'm gonna put it back. All right, final step of winterizing. I purged the engine with coolant. I'm gonna do the lower end oil in case there's water in here, it doesn't burst. This is a Gen 2, so there is a reservoir, so I'm just gonna do it fast so the reservoir doesn't change, or drain. I'm gonna do this, it's a standard screwdriver down on this side. Watch out for the blue washers. They stick on there sometimes, so I'm gonna drain it. Okay, I'm breaking it loose. I always do the bottom first because then the top, when I do the top, film right here, then it will release the pressure. So I do the bottom first, that way it doesn't drain all out on my fingers. And then I'm just gonna set this aside. Whoa, oh, I dropped it, that's all right. And I see my blue grommet there. It's only a year old, I'm gonna leave that there. So now I'm gonna watch it drain. Okay, now that I drained out my lower fluid, there was no water in there, which is amazing. Oh, I've been pumping for a while. I can see it going out here. I'm gonna put this top screw in. Make sure you have your blue ring. It was actually in there, so I know it's there. I'm just going to put it in there. I'm gonna do a couple more. Just kind of purge the system a little bit. Whatever air bubbles might be in there are coming out for sure now. Or any dirty fluid in the top, which I do this fluid change a lot. So it doesn't have much dirty fluid, I can guarantee that. But it doesn't hurt. There we go, I'm gonna put this in there. That way it's gonna stop the fluid from running out the bottom when I put this back in. Go hand, good snug, hand tight there. And I cleaned off the magnet on this for any metal shavings. There wasn't any. Like I said, I do this too often. And I have my blue grommet on there again. I'm gonna undo this and put that in there. Fast, because I don't want it to drain everywhere. Oh, nice blue goo. Here we go. My rag here. Get her nice, snug and tight. I'm just gonna let the motor drip for a little bit, and that's it. That's how you winterize your boat. I feel secure. I'm gonna cover it up, put all my barriers up so it doesn't, the snow can't drape down the tarp. Thank you for watching.